everyone, and thank you for watching today. I'm Scott Davis with ALTOUR. I have Amy Price with Explora Journeys, a brand new cruise line. Well, I shouldn't say brand new. It's been in the works for quite a while, but they just floated out their first ship. Amy, welcome.
Thank you, Scott. And it's great to have everyone here today to see what we have to offer.
Well, I think it's fantastic. The reports that I've read really come back with really nice reviews. Tell our guests about the new Explora Journeys and what they can expect.
I would love to do that. So, Explora Journeys is a new differentiated ocean experience. And we are in the process of building 4 brand new luxury vessels, first of which joined our fleet and was introduced on August 1st. And what we've done is we've really tried to create a product that is ocean going, but that feels more like a luxury boutique hotel at sea. And I can speak from experience after having been on board for 10 days that it really does accomplish just that. I really feel, and so have many of those who have sailed with us thus far, that we are creating a category of one because we are very, very different. The interior of the ship, the feel of the ship, the flow of the lounges, the restaurants, the spaces, the homes at sea, they all definitely feel like a boutique hotel experience and a much more relaxed, casual environment that we're finding those who want to journey with us are seeking to accomplish. And we actually call that the ocean state of mind. So everyone that comes with us, we feel can achieve their ocean state of mind in their very own way through the way that we have created the ship and the experiences surrounding them.
Oh, that's fantastic. Tell us some of the special features.
So when we built the ship, we actually went out, built the ship and the brand and the product because all of it's new. We're completely new to the industry. And we are powered by the backing of the MSC Group. So the Mediterranean Shipping Company owns our brand. And they have always had a desire to create a differentiated luxury ocean experience. But even though they have a lot of shipbuilding history and experience in the ocean going sector, they didn't just go out and say, we know how to build ships and we're going to build them like this. They actually went out and worked with McKinsey Group and sourced 20,000 consumers. About 75% of those consumers had never been on a ship before. And out of those conversations, we found 4 very strong pillars that have led the actual physical architectural building of the ship, as well as the product and the experiences on board. And those pillars include the fact that these luxury going guests told us they want to make sure that we focus on providing space, that we provide them with choice, that we also focus on the design being more contemporary, more casual, relaxed, and then the destinations and where we travel and how we travel to the destination. So all 4 of those pillars have been woven in, as I said, to the building of the ship, to the experiences on board. And if you think about it, you can't have choice without space. So with all the space that we've provided on board, having the largest guest to space ratio at sea, having the largest lead-in suite square footage at 377 square feet, all that space has afforded us the ability to offer 18 bars, lounges, and restaurants with 6 true standalone restaurants that are inclusive, 10,000 square feet dedicated to our spa and fitness area, of which about 7,000 is interior and about another 3,000 is exterior because we have an exterior fitness facility. Our entertainment experience is varied and differentiated from what you'll find at sea, so much so that we don't have set entertainment show times because there is a huge emphasis on our culinary on board, and we don't want anyone sitting at their culinary experience and thinking, oh my gosh, I can't have dessert because I'm going to miss the show. We want our entertainment to be free flowing, to be more of a situation where you might see in our daily planner that we're offering entertainment in the Astern Lounge from 7 p.m. until late, or in the Journeys Lounge from 8 p.m. until late, so that you don't feel like you have to get there on a regimented schedule. Again, remember, we want our guests leaving rejuvenated, finding that ocean state of mind, and really relaxing when they're on board. So there's not just one differentiator in our brand. There's many, a multitude, and you really feel that when you get on board. I've been in the industry for over 30 years, specific to the ocean sector, and have been on many ships. And I can tell you, when I walked on board, you definitely felt that difference from the other experiences that you might have on the ocean. And it is a more relaxed, more casual, more rejuvenating vibe, I should say.
Well, and I have heard that. And the other thing is every room or every suite is oceanfront.
Correct.
Unlike
So we say,
resorts that have
yep,
various categories, and I've stolen this from somebody at your company, we know who that is, but it is true. Every room is every suite, excuse me, is oceanfront. And I
it
think
is.
that's a big plus.
With a generous terrace as well. In fact, I'm in a hotel at the moment, and when I checked in, they said, "Well, you can have an ocean view or you can have a garden view." And I don't really know what the difference is between the two because the ocean view is more of a if the wind blows the trees one way,
Right.
I'll get a peek of the ocean. But on our
Exactly.
ship, you're always going to have an ocean front view and terrace.
Well, tell us in 23, 24, and now I understand you're open to book through April of 25. Tell us some of the destinations that our guests would be interested in.
I would love to. So Explora One is currently sailing in the North Sea at the moment. She's headed to Iceland, Greenland, and then she's going to be based for about a month in the Northeast, doing some leaf peeping between New York and Quebec City. Then she heads down the East Coast to Miami, where she will be in the Caribbean from about November into early March. She'll be there for festive. We do have two beautiful festive cruises between Christmas and New Year time frame. And then from March, she will go through the Panama Canal. She'll head up the West Coast to my backyard, and she'll be doing a journey out from Vancouver to Hawaii, and then Hawaii back to Vancouver. Then she'll sail back down the West Coast through the Panama Canal. And by mid-June, she's going to be in the Mediterranean. And we just re-released our summer 2024 Mediterranean itineraries and beyond. So what you're going to see in those itineraries is the opportunity for guests who maybe don't have a lot of time but want to experience us. So we focused our deployment in the Med with Explora One to start off with around 7-night itineraries that go to some unique destinations that many super mega yachts go to, because really, in essence, we are a mega yacht, and we want to offer some differentiated destinations for our guests as well. So you'll see a lot of 7-night itineraries that can be joined back to back to create grander, longer, extended journeys without repeating ports of call. So I know for one example, you could do 28 days with us and only ever repeat Athens. And who doesn't want to go to Athens a couple of times? And then mid-August of next year, to be specific, August 11th, we'll be introducing our second ship. So at that time, we will actually have 2 ships in the Med for a time period, because if you visually think about this, Explora One will stay in the Med until about the end of September, beginning of October, and then she heads through the Red Sea over into the Middle East for festive time frame, and she'll start heading back into the Med around April of 2025. Explora 2 will stay in the Med from August 11th to the beginning of November, and then she'll do a transatlantic back to North America, and she will be based in the Caribbean for festive of 2024-25, and then again head back to the Med in April of 2025. So all of those are open for sale right now. You can certainly get with any of your ALTOUR advisors, and they will be able to connect you with our brand and share with you the ability to create those longer, grander, extended journeys going into some of these really unique destinations.
And speaking of festive, do you have availability for this festive season?
We do. What I will tell you, so our homes at sea, our suites on board is what we call homes at sea. We have 3 different categories. We have our ocean terrace suites, which are those entry-level suites, and we have 361 of those suites. Then we have penthouses, which we have 67 of, and then we have our ocean residences, which is our top tier suites. So our square footage ranges from that 377 all the way up to 3,014 square feet, which is our owner's residence. What I can tell you is, especially over festive, those residences and those penthouses are selling out, if not already sold out. In fact, I think New Year's we are 100% sold out. So you might be looking at an ocean terrace suite, which is extremely comfortable. I sailed in one for 10 days, plenty of space, beautiful accoutrements in your suites, frette linens, Dyson hair dryers. Everyone gets a bottle of French champagne when they join us, heated marble floors, no single-use plastics. We have our own scent in the suites called Mandala Blue, made by Firmenich. I could go on and on and on. Illy coffee makers. I know, Scott, you're going to have the opportunity to experience us as well, and we can't wait to welcome you on board. But to answer your question in the long and short, yes, we do have space, but you might find very limited space in our top suites.
What is all included in your voyages?
Sure. So our journeys include our personalized intuitive service. So we have a guest to host ratio of 1.25 to 1. So that allows us to really provide you with that high touch service that you might experience in some of the land destination and land resorts that you might be traveling to from a luxury experience. It also includes all your gratuities. It includes all your beverages, fine wines, premium spirits, specialty coffees and teas. It includes our fitness classes. So we have all sorts of yoga classes, boot camps and whatnot are inclusive. We actually have a pickleball court on board. It includes dining. There are 2 dining spaces that do have an additional experience fee. One would be a restaurant that we call Anthology. And the reason there's an experience fee in Anthology is because in this restaurant, first of all, it's a small space. I think we only accommodate about 42 guests in this restaurant. But in this restaurant, we are inviting celebrated chefs to come on board, chefs with Michelin star ratings. So currently, up until our October 3rd sailing, we have a gentleman by the name of Mauro Uliassi, who owns a restaurant in the Adriatic coast of Italy called Uliassi. He is only open 6 months out of the year. He's a 3-star Michelin chef, and he's on board through October 3rd. And in Anthology, you'll have an 8-course tasting menu from Uliassi. After October 3rd, we'll be welcoming a lovely chef by the name of Emma Bankston from a restaurant in New York called Aquavit, and she's a 2-star Michelin chef. And if you're familiar with Michelin star ratings, the only way you get 3 stars is if you actually own the restaurant. So Emma doesn't own Aquavit, but she is a 2-star Michelin chef. She'll be on through April of 2024. Then we'll be sourcing someone from the West Coast of the United States because that's where the ship will be from a regionality perspective. And then when we get to the Med, we're sourcing a chef from the Spain area. So that restaurant will change, and it is an experience when you come in the restaurant. The other restaurant space is what we call Chef's Kitchen. And this truly is an experience because you are involved. You are cooking. So it's €150 per person. It's only 12 guests at a time. And on sea days, we do a morning class and an afternoon class. And you're working with a French master chef to cook whatever sort of cuisine they are offering at that journey that you're on. So that's the culinary experiences. But other than that, we've got 6 restaurants. We've got in-suite dining. We also have 5 other spaces that do serve food as well. Wi-Fi is included. Very, very high-speed Wi-Fi. So if you want to stay connected, you certainly can without any hesitation. For example, I was in the North Sea and I did webinars just like this without any problem streaming from the ship at sea. So if you're trying to escape, I'm sorry, your Wi-Fi is not going to be spotty on board. And then when you talk about the destinations that we get to, if we're not docked near a city center, we do provide shuttle services into the city center so you can go off and explore on your own. We do not include destination experiences, otherwise known as shore excursions. And that's because, again, those guests told us that they want choice. And we felt that if we included destination experiences, we were locking guests into something that wasn't necessarily what they wanted to do. And it's much harder to unwind that than it is to just offer a menu of destination experiences for guests to choose from. And we have curated an exclusive menu of opportunities for guests to experience our destinations that we're visiting as well. So I think that pretty much, also I forgot, when you join us in your suite, you do get a complimentary bottle of French champagne. So our house pour is Moët Chandon. When you join us in an Ocean Terrace suite, you get a bottle of Vive Clicquot, chilled with 2 champagne glasses on your table there. When you join us in the penthouses, you get a bottle of Moët Chandon Reserve 2015. And when you join us in our residences, which is our top tier suites, you get a bottle of Dom Perignon. So we do want to welcome you on board with that lovely French champagne to kick off the journey with us.
Well, I'm getting excited. I mean, I leave tomorrow. But it just sounds fabulous. And I want to thank you for joining us today. I am casual because your dress is considered country club casual.
Yep.
So I'm casual.
Yeah, you'll find a little bit of everything on board, but we certainly do not require suits and ties and formal dresses. We have no formal nights designated on board. One of our restaurants called Bill Rouge is more formal looking, and that's because there's white linen tablecloth service in that restaurant. But other than that, it is very resort, country club, casual atmosphere on board.
It's a luxury resort
Yep,
that happens to take you from port to port.
exactly.
To see it a lot. I think it's fabulous. I want to remind everybody today that please reach out to your ALTOUR, Travel Authority, Milne Travel, Platinum Travel agents, and they can give you more information. If you do not have an agent, just email leisure@altour, ALTOUR.com, and be sure to ask them about our special amenity program with our friends at Explora Journeys. So I thank you again for joining us. Amy, again, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, thank you, Scott, and thank you for the ALTOUR community for listening in.